Hey y'all, N4H&H here with the Kenwood TS-890S. I ordered the optional, let me show you here, the optional 270 Hertz roofing filter. Remember, this is a hybrid radio, so it has a traditional super het front end, and I went ahead and opted for the 270 Hertz crystal roofing filter to take care of some of the heavy lifting before everything goes digital into the SDR realm. So I'm going to install that optional filter. I'll show you here. It's a model number. Let me see if I can get this in view here. It is the YG82CN1. Okay, so let me show you what you have to do. Take the bottom cover off, and the instructions, you can see them up there on the monitor. So I'm going to be taking that bottom cover off, and I'll be back momentarily. Okay, so the bottom cover's off, and the next thing you do is remove this cover here. This the shield plate for the TX-RX transmit receive unit. So I'll be taking that off next. Okay, the shield plate is removed, and you can see right there is the spot in front of the existing filter, the 500, and that is, there you go, see the 500 Hertz? So the 270 will go right there where it says option, and it even gives the description and the part number. So let me install that, and I'll be back. Okay, just line the pins up, and you see you want Kenwood where you can read it, you know, like the other one is, the 500. All right, and there's a little rubber cushion I'll show you in just a moment. It has to be placed in a certain location. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so you can see there, that's the shield plate, and this is the bottom side of it. This little cushion here, I have to peel the sticky tape off and stick it. It's got a little square there right where it goes. That will help keep the plug-in filter from falling out. The other one's soldered in, no doubt. So this will keep the one that's plugged in from falling out. Okay, so let me mount that. Okay, and there it is mounted. I have to say, I'm very impressed with Kenwood's manual. The instructions are very clearly written. I have found a couple of places, I'll be pointing them out in the series for this Kenwood TS-890S. I found a couple of things that were less intuitive in the manual. Had to do a little more digging and figure out what to do. It has to do with the menu system. Not major though, but pretty much everything is really well documented. There's the manual, and using one that I just downloaded, so that one will stay in the bag. All right, let me go put this back together again. Okay, I want to point something out. You probably know this, but when you're putting a plate or anything like this back on, screw the screws corner to opposite corner, corner to opposite corner. Do it like that, and don't tighten them up too much yet. Get everything placed, so because sometimes if you tighten up two screws too much, other ones may not line up perfectly. So just snug them up and then get them all in there, then come back and tighten them. You know, don't over tighten, but enough. Okay, be right back. Okay, the radio is assembled again, and it auto selected. As soon as I turned it on, I had last been in CW mode, and it has auto selected the 270 Hertz roofing filter. So I'm going to tap there's a button over here to the right that cycles through the IF filters. I have 3 right now that settings I can go through. And what it's doing though, let me zoom in. There you can see 270 RFT right down in the bottom right there of the screen. Now, if I go over here to the knob on the top right, let me zoom out and show you. By the way, I went into the menu. I guess I should show you this, maybe in another video. But I went into the menu and I set these knobs here can work where one does highs and you can roll off the highs. One does lows, you can roll off the lows. Okay, which is a typical Kenwood way. And I have an older Yaesu that worked that way. But I went into the menu and changed it. There's an option in there to where these can operate like a width and a shift. I prefer that. It's just so much quicker to do. So I'm going to rotate what would have been the knob to roll off the highs, but see, that's shift. And then the one that would have been for the lows, see, it is now doing width. Now watch that 270. See, when I went to, hope you can see that. When I went to, there's 300, 350, 400. And see, when I went above 270, and when I went from 250 to 300, it switched over automatically to the 500 Hertz roofing filter. Okay, now what is happening there, just to clarify? This is a physical roofing filter. Over here in the top right, that's digital, that's in DSP, but it tracks. So it says, well, if you're going to use 250 Hertz digital or less, I'm going to go ahead and insert the 270 Hertz roofing filter. So it's doing the heavy lifting again ahead of any analog to digital conversion. I'm going to go over here digitally now and move it up to 500. So that's what it would have been. Now, turn off the noise reduction so you can hear the background noise. Hear it? Pretty quiet. And this is still the 500. Now I'm rotating. So now I'm going down to a 50 Hertz width once I'm zeroed in on them using the CWT button. I'm at a 50 Hertz digital width, but I have a 270 Hertz crystal filter doing some heavy lifting before it ever even goes into the digital realm. Again, this being a hybrid rig. So once again, I'll go hear the background noise now? So if you're new to this and you're wondering, well, what good is that 270 Hertz filter? It's just that it's closer to the antenna. You want to try to take care of as much noise and interference, meaning maybe other stations up or down the band. You want to try to take care of that as early in the receiver as you possibly can. Try to do it before it goes digital. That's the beauty of these hybrid rigs. Okay, hey, I hope you found the video helpful and informative. I want to thank the Patreon team members who bring these videos to you, because my kind of a channel cannot operate from commercialization, because I want to be real with you. I want to be able to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'll be doing that in this series, although I will say I'm pretty impressed with this radio so far. There is no perfect radio out there. Those of you who are regular viewers of my content or consumers of my content over on patreon.com/N4HNH, you know, I say it all the time, there's no perfect radio. But I'm liking a lot of what I'm seeing in this one so far. I mean, I really am. So I will continue to shoot some of these videos. I hope you're enjoying them. Hey, comment and let me know if you are. So I'm going to acknowledge 5 of those Patreon team long haulers. 73 from N4H&H.